top right position as the teal Protoss. It will be Lancerx. Not doing the best split I've ever seen. And at the top left is the blue Zerg. We will have JuanDeathfate. And I cannot wait to see what kind of crazy strats he shows us. What round is this actually? Let me have a look-see. Looks like we are in the round of 16. Apparently his ID on the ESL website is just Deathfate, which is also terrifying. But for some reason the Juan at the front really makes it for me. That definitely just makes it all the more terrifying. You know? It's like, yeah. Oh, you know what this is like? It's like Kilgrave, guys. It's like Kilgrave from Jessica Jones. Wait, does Kilgrave have a first name? See, could you imagine how much scarier Kilgrave would have been if he had just a very ordinary sounding first name? Like, what if he was just like Jim Kilgrave or something, you know? Or Peter Kilgrave. That would be pretty cool. Alright. Wait, Sinistro, am I not your friend on Battle.net? Apparently I'm not Sinister's friend on Battle.net. That is definitely a mistake that needs to be rectified. I need to be friends with Mr. Sinistro on Battle.net. Anyway, wait, why does my Battle.net app show me as having 0 friends online? Are all my friends actually offline? Huh. Maybe I just have no friends. Maybe I'm just not a real person. Those are all valid things. Gratiated says, wow, even Sayle on Discord? Dude, it took me a while. People were telling me, like, dude, Sayle, you need to start using Discord. I was like, well, I don't know, man. I mean, this Skype thing's pretty good. And then Skype just totally bugged out on me one day and I couldn't use it anymore. And I was like, well, guess I'm using Discord. I guess that's how things go, right? Like, the easiest way to make somebody start using a new thing is to have their old thing just stop working completely. Oh, man. I gotta say though, Discord is actually a fantastic tool. It's a 9 pulse speed, by the way, guys. Discord is actually fantastic. Like, I wasn't convinced at first because I was not really used to all the shenanigans, but it's actually really good. Apparently, Kilgrave's first name is Zebediah, which is definitely an awesome name. But you see, I feel like that just detracts from the name as a whole. Because I mean, you can't have 2 awesome names. You can't have both your first name and last name be awesome, right? Because then there's no contrast, you know. It's like Benedict Cumberbatch. It's like, wow, that guy, like, his name is just awesome overload, you know. The name is just too cool. Like, you need the impact of having. Oh god, oh my god, the Zealots are on the wrong side. No, the Zealots are. Oh wait, the third Zealot comes out. Okay, should be fine. Anyway, back to naming. You gotta mix it up, you know? Because you start off with something like Tom or Peter, and people are like, okay, I see where you're going with this. And then you go Deathfate, and they're like, all right, I did not see that coming at all, you know? Whereas if I meet a guy called Benedict on the street, and then he tells me his last name's Cumberbatch, I'm like, you know what? That makes sense. That definitely makes sense. Also, I think JuanDeathfate is actually dead here. He went 9 full speed and didn't do anything. That was a great hold by Lancerx, by the way. I actually completely forgot this is Lancer. But Lancer actually did an amazing job against that 9 pool. I love the immediate second pylon plant as well, by the way, because that's also a big risk that you run. I feel like Lancerx has been killed by early Zergmies enough, like playing Eon Zerg, that he kind of knows what to do in this situation. Interestingly, JuanDeathfate has resumed gas mining, so presumably going to go for some kind of 2-hatch cheese here. Maybe, oh no, he's actually built a 3rd hatch. He's actually built a 3rd hatch close to the Protoss, so I imagine it's going to be a 3-hatch Hydra now. That is almost certainly what the follow-up is going to be. The Speedlings, in particular, will help deny any Probe Scout, so Lancer will have no way of seeing what it is until a Corsair comes out, which, as you can see, is going to be quite a while here. So I feel like, and there's a Hydra, so I feel like Lancer probably in the name of safety should add at least 1 more cannon, so he has 3. I think you can add 3 blind, and that's fine. This one is back, by the way, so he can actually walk out of his base without blocking anything. He doesn't have to kill anything now, which is cool. But this could still potentially be very dangerous for Lancer. On the other hand, you can see Juan made a couple of extra drones because of because of how low eco he is. I mean, he does need a little bit of drones to get that Hydro Pump going, all 3 hatcheries. Also, the Hydro upgrades are quite expensive, aren't they? Are they both 150, 150? Or is speed like 100, 100 or something? I'm pretty sure range is 150, 150. J is an H sound. Juan. I actually knew that. I don't know why I kept saying Juan. My bad, Wampus. Wampus Yob. I might as well just call you Jumpus Job. There you go. Mr. Jumpus Job, I apologize for the hard J pronunciation of Mr. Juan. Oh man. Yeah, the funny thing is, it tilts me too when I hear that. Like you know, like when I go to Subway, for example, and the guy, and I'm like, hey, can I have some jalapenos? And he's like, oh, you want jalapenos? I'm like, no, they're not jalapenos, man. They're jalapenos. But every time, every freaking time. I guess it's because we're not in the U.S., so people don't really know that. But everybody says jalapeno here at Subway, and it tilts me too, man. Definitely tilts me too. Apparently, speed and range are in fact both 150, 150. Okay, thank you for that, Mr. Ejwoda. Or is it Ehwoda? Awoda? Could be Canadian. So Lancer is doing a very standard build. He did build a third safety cannon. But instead of scouting straight away, he used his Corsair to kill the first Overlord, which usually is dangerous. However, he's got a butt ton of Zealots, though. I think Lancer is completely fine here. I think that 9 pool doing so little actually determined the game straight away, because you can see how weak this Hydro Bust is compared to normal. I mean, he's gonna get the gateway because the Lings already took it down to half, but. Like, Lancer's not even adding cannons. He actually doesn't feel scared at all. Can you believe that? Oh, he's adding 1 cannon now. But he's got so many Zealots, and he's killing so many Overlords that he just doesn't care. Oh my god. I think it's a 3rd one, right? Yeah, it's a 3rd Overlord kill. Dr. Zergan says, you don't live in the US! No man, I live in jolly old England. In London, to be exact. And looks like, hey, speed is finished, so Lancer is actually going to stop the 3-hatch Hydra by just attacking and killing it. Oh man, Lancer, look at these manlots. He's actually going to, well, it's going to be pretty close. Oh my god, early game manlots are so strong. Oh god, oh god. We all dead. We are all dead. GG from Mr. Deathfate himself. Alright, and at the bottom right position as the teal Protoss, we have Lancerx, and at the bottom left as the brown Zerg, we have JuanDeathfate. Okay. Wait, I'm on the wrong screen. I'm fixing it. It's fixed. Don't you hate it when people pronounce Worcestershire as something else? Dude, I think like it took me a while to figure out how to pronounce that too. I think I only actually knew how to pronounce Worcestershire correctly because I watched like Gordon Ramsay cooking videos and he kept saying it, and I was like, what is he actually saying? Oh, that's how you say that word. Freaking pronunciation, man. gateway expand. Yoink. We're doing it. We are doing it. Okay, and we're gonna have a 12 hatch here from Juan. So Juan is doing the complete opposite of what he did last game. Last game, of course, he went for the 9-pull speed. Now Lancerx going to scout vertically. He doesn't do the little probe trick, because interestingly, Juan has actually done the exact same thing as Drone did, where he went for the horizontal scout instead of vertical scout. I wonder if Zergs are starting to do this more nowadays. I'm gonna have to be careful with maybe it's not worth doing the probe scout trick anymore, because this has actually happened to me a couple of times on ladder, where I try and do the trick where you look for the overlord and it just completely backfires. So might be some metagaming going on here between Zergs and Protoss. By the way, Lancer sees the drone and immediately turns away, so good map awareness from Lancer. Juan really should have seen that as well, I think. I mean, if a probe was in vision, then surely the drone would be in vision as well. Alright, he's gonna see it was a 12 hatch, and the Zealot's gonna come rolling in, as they do. That's a pretty fast gas again, though, from Juan. He hasn't even built his 3rd hatchery yet. I wonder what this is supposed to be for. Possibly just lane speed? I mean, either way, let's see how the defense goes. Here we go. Still in the base. Got 1, 2. It's a pretty good result. This is why 12 hatch is dangerous. Oh, 3 drones. That's getting into dead Zerg territory. 4 drones is definitely getting into dead Zerg territory. I think the probe even got one of them. Oh wow, he actually switched it out. Damaged Zealot goes to the natural. Healthy Zealot stays at the main, continuing to kill. Did he actually hit a drone there? I think he did. Damaged Zealot is actually baiting the Lings out. And can he get one more drone here? Oh man, the Zealot micro. Oh, he's trying to do a drone drill. Oh no, he gets a damaged one. Unlucky there by Juan. How many drones does he have left? 3? So he's got 9 drones left. It's not good. 11, 6, 17. He's got 9 drones against 17 probes. And the cannon is going to be well in time for the Zergling run by. By the way, this is actually pretty interesting. So normally people would just automatically build the cannon like in a line with the pylon or like this. But I think Lancer deliberately put this in the gap so that even if like this probe was killed, there's no straight line to the ramp. It takes an extra half second for the Zerglings to zigzag like this. And that might seem irrelevant, but that could be, that could be the difference between 2 Zerglings or 3 Zerglings running past into your main, and that's actually a pretty big difference. There is actually a pretty huge difference between having 3 Speedlings running around your main versus 2. So this, I mean, to be fair, this could just be random, but I want to give Lancer benefit of the doubt and say that was intentional to help block the link counter. So it looks like Mr. Juan going for the 3rd natural, not going for the close base, which means it's less likely that he's going a Hydra Bust this time. Interestingly, Lancer got 2 additional gateways. Oh no, that was a pylon. Okay, that's just a 2nd gateway. I was gonna say, adding 1 extra gateway fast at your natural is definitely something Protosses do. Adding 2 gateways is a bit strange, but that wasn't actually 2 gateways. So this seems quite reasonable. And there's the Citadel, of course. Gonna skip that Stargate. I mean, Lancer knows he's in a great position. He killed so many drones there. But it is actually gonna be 3 hatch Hydra, which makes me question why this hatchery is here and not, say, at the mineral only or even at the 9 o'clock, just to get that slightly quicker reinforcement route. But he's actually just going for possibly 5 hatch Hydra. He's just doing a slightly interesting variation of this build. Having said this, I feel like if you go 4 or 5 hatch Hydra before lair, getting a closer 3rd is better though. Because one of the weaknesses of that build is, you know, having no Overlord speed or anything, or any Scourge to deal with Corsairs. So if the Protoss goes Mass Corsairs, and you only have a few Overlords here, like, you can't support your other bases as easily. You can't fly the Overlords. I mean, you can, it just takes a really long time if you want to fly the Overlords from, say, your natural to your third. Whereas for a closer third, it's much safer, you know, to keep things compact. Anyway, 6 Zealot attack here from Lancer. He's actually going to go just outside the natural and go back. Because at this point he knows he should have forced enough units that the 6 Zealots, especially without speed, won't really be able to do anything. And he really just wanted to make sure Juan couldn't drone freely. And now he's coming back, he's regrouping with a couple more. Speed presumably will be done soon, which is why he feels more confident moving out here. If you have speed on your Zealots, you can easily run away if things turn out a little bit nastier than you want. Okay, so I'm gonna have to pull back here. Pull him back a little bit. And otherwise, getting there now. Okay, 4-hatch Hydra and then a lair. He's doing a little bit of the SimCity-age. It's not bad. The problem is, how does he defend his third base? This is super far, and 1 Sunken is not going to cut it. 2 Sunkens is also not going to cut it. He's running out with a few Hydras now, but that is so many Zealots. Are they going to have +1? +1 presumably will be done shortly as well. Oh man, I think Lancerx is just going to massacre this base. Oh, yeah, 1 Sunken down. The second Sunken is going to finish, I think. It's actually going to be quite close because Ling's coming in here as well. Looks like he might actually just, yeah, he's actually just going to run past into the main base here. Doesn't want to engage with the Sunken finishing as well. He's going to maybe try and abuse the high ground here. And wait, no, oh, he's got more Zealots coming in. It was just to buy time. Oh my god, it was just a distraction. Although it was only 3 Zealots coming in from the backside, and Juan holds this better than I actually thought. I thought he was going to be in a lot more trouble, but he had the Hydras just in time with their upgrades. And now Lancer is pulling back. He's going to take his third base. Now, that is quite an impressive hold, because remember, it was a fast second gateway, which really gets out quite a few Zealots. I guess one issue, though, was he didn't have +1 attack. I'm actually a little bit surprised by this. That feels like a mistake to me. Like, Lancer must have just forgotten to get it, because I don't know why you would do that without getting +1 on your Zealots. +1 just makes such a massive difference for the Zealots. But he's moving out now. Like, he still doesn't have it. It's super late. I guess it just wasn't part of the plan in the first place. It just seems weird. Anyway, he is up 40 supply though. Lancerx has got a pretty good supply lead. He's chasing these Hydras home. Hydras could potentially fight on the edge of the bridges if they want. But looks like they're just going to pull back to the SimCity at the natural with the Sunkens. Looks like maybe possibly a pathing issue or something, getting these 2 Hydras running around the side. Oh, he's gonna trap 1. Wait, he's got goons coming. Oh my god, is he going goon all in? Oh my god, Lancerx! Lancerx is turning this into a goon all in. I mean, it's not technically all in. It's 6 gateways, and he does have a probe at his mineral only. But wow, that is no Templar. Look at this, pure Zealot goon. I mean, this is like what freaking Domi 1989 was doing. It looks like Lancerx stealing strats from 1989. He's getting distracted by overlords. These goons are actually not shooting anything useful. Oh my god, he might actually hold you. The goons really should have been shooting the Sunken this whole time, but they actually let the Sunken live. Finally, they move in here. Lancer micros it a little bit better. He's moving in with more goons. The 6-gate goon timing. I think Juan is actually dead here. And GG, Lancerx 2-0s his way to the round of 8.